Hey guys, Eric here. I am on my way home from work. Forgive me if you hear wind or static in the background. That is actually my car window. It is broken and will not close. So I am stuck here, with this wind in the background. Anyways, today I want to talk to you about INFJ's restlessness. Now I talked about this in Traits of an INFJ in one of my previous INFJ videos. I think it was 7 struggles of being an INFJ. You know, when you know the struggle is real, when even though everything's okay, and it's going to be okay, it's not okay, but it's okay. You just know it's not okay right now. But like it's okay. It's just not okay because you're restless, your emotions and your mind, and it's not logical. But you know that, so you tell yourself it's okay. And yet it's not. It's a paradox. INFJs are a paradox of paradoxes, if that's even possible. Anyways, you guys are all beautiful, and you probably have all experienced restlessness when you sleep. Restlessness when you lie down, even if you're exhausted, if you've had a long day, you've been up with the kids for 18 hours, you lay down, and your body just wants to crash, and you close your eyes. Now all of a sudden anxiety strikes, and your thoughts are running quicker than when you were awake. And now all of a sudden you were tired, and you're starting to be woken up by the immense restlessness of your emotions and thoughts. And I want to explain to you guys out there, this is normal for INFJs. Understand that there's not a problem with you, and it's not necessarily something that needs to be fixed. Quite the contrary, it is something that you likely will struggle with for quite a long time unless you have somebody or something to help ease that discomfort. Let me explain why. Most INFJs, not all, but a good 80% of us, I would say. Maybe I'm overshooting this a bit. Maybe it's closer to like 76%. But I'm just going to throw a ballpark number and say 3/4 of all INFJs are empaths. But to be more literal, I would say about 80% of INFJs are highly sensitive people. And I could go into the similarities and differences, and there are slight differences. I avoid using the term empath. If you guys aren't aware, that is actually tied to witchcraft. That's where the term stems from. Highly sensitive person is the correct psychological term. Empaths are from the occult. And I won't get into it in this video, but just understand that the common idea of an empath being able to feel what other people feel is actually tied to and stems from witches. So, to kind of get back on track, I'd say about 80% of INFJs are highly sensitive people, or HSPs as it's abbreviated. And if I could summarize this, there's a lot that goes into it. But if I can just summarize it to you guys, it's basically, an HSP is somebody whose nervous system is overreactive to all types of stimuli, and their emotional and cognitive behavior is amplified. In a nutshell, that's what a HSP or highly sensitive person is. Somebody with a hyperreactive or overreactive, I wouldn't say overreact, I would say hyperreactive nervous system. And they are so aware of these changes that are happening inside of their nervous system. So these are people who prefer to be in environments where they can hear their own thoughts and listen to the voice or interactions of someone around them. They don't like nature. These are people who enjoy ambient sounds such as the rain. These are people who love to feel the wind against their face and the birds chirping, but no humans talking. They can hear their thoughts and relax. And these are people who love one-on-one conversations, but dislike two people talking to them in the same room. They dislike crowds, and yet they love quality time with their family, just not at the dinner table. They like quality time with their family when it's just the three of them in the living room, and there's a little bit of quiet music, soothing music of Chinese harps and melodies playing in the background, piano music maybe. Now, these are people who love to be soaked in just the right amount of stimulation because their nervous system is so hyperreactive. It is bliss when there is just the right amount of stimulation applied to their nervous system. However, you can already imagine, and if you are an HSP, you already know what happens when too much stimulation is involved. And you can't hear your thoughts anymore. What happens? Anxiety. It feels like you might have a panic attack. Guys, this is normal. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to change your psychological behavior. It's not like you have been through some kind of like trauma, and now every time someone starts yelling, you get overwhelmed and it's, oh, there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. You're normal. You're an HSP. You are a highly sensitive person. Your nervous system is responding to the loud noise. Loud music? Probably not good. If you are an HSP, you are likely able to hear frequencies that most people do not hear. You play music through your cell phone speaker and hold it or turn it on max volume, and after about 5 minutes, you might start to become agitated and angry because you are genuinely upset by the frequency that is coming out. But then you put in headphones, quality Bose headphones or a Bose speaker, and now you're having the time of your life with this same music. So if you're an HSP, you likely are able to understand these things. The wind hitting the window while you're trying to fall asleep can wake you up and cause your nervous system to go into high. You're likely a light sleeper unless you are falling asleep under the right situations and circumstances. But if you're starting to fall asleep and the cats are playing in the living room and they jump off onto the counter, you can probably hear that and it wakes you up. People who are highly sensitive people are those who are able to hear, smell, taste. They're aware of their five senses in ways that most people don't even understand. You're basically like the daredevil. If a highly sensitive person was blind, they would basically be able to hear footsteps and possibly feel vibrations to an extent that is almost inhuman. I'm so sorry. That is my car. It's a piece of plastic. I'm pausing the video till I get home to fix it. I am back. So what this means for you guys is, for you HSPs out there, and you INFJs, probably most of you, if not all of you, when you are falling asleep or trying to fall asleep, you may end up noticing your thoughts racing when you close your eyes. And anxiety coming in, and it's not for any reason except your thoughts are racing and you're cognitively, as introverts, you rely on a different chemical, and I think it's acetylstrophine. I forget the actual name. Basically, you're stimulated by thoughts and ideas and coming to new conclusions. So when you close your eyes, your brain, you may not know this, your brain is a glutton for stimulation, which is unfortunate for us HSPs out here because the world doesn't really help us with that, right? So when you close your eyes, you're no longer being stimulated through your active senses, except maybe touch, feeling the blanket, the fuzzy blanket. It's always good. Your head against the pillow, it's so relaxing until your thoughts start racing. And then it's not relaxing. Then you're tossing and turning, and even in the middle of the night, the moment you wake up and you're consciously aware, your emotions and thoughts are running because you were so in tune with your immune system's responses to these things. So you may end up finding yourself following any of these habits. So I just wanted to make this video to say there's nothing wrong with you, it's normal. But if you are an HSP, if you've experienced these behaviors, if you're an INFJ and you've experienced these behaviors, comment below so other people know that they're also not alone. Thank you all for coming. Like the video if it brought you peace, and let you know that you're you. Keep trucking along, little dove. Keep trucking along. I'll see you all next time.